When we return to our planet, the High Court may well sentence you to torture.
He likes movies, we like movies. Septum Sin versus the world. Septum Sin versus the world. Septum Sin versus the world. Septum Sin versus the world.
I'd buy that for $1.
Greetings! You're watching Septum Sin vs. the World. I'm Septum Sin, and today we're going to talk about a film that I have had in my collection for a while now, and I said I would review it, and then Christmas came up, and then Oscar season has come up. Well, I've seen all the Oscar films I can see at the moment. That's a lie, actually, but I've seen the majority of the ones I can see at the moment. So that leaves me with a little bit of time, and I was like, okay, I'm done. I'm going to get this one checked out. Well, I'm not going to keep you in suspense anymore, because that is American Antichrist by Dakota Ray. Now, for those of you who watch Inside Movies Galore, you will have also seen that he did a review as well. We came upon it almost at the same time. Got contacted by the director, I saw the trailers, and we hooked things up. It looked interesting by the trailers. I mean, this is about these vignettes, sort of, that all intertwine, and it has to deal with the seedy underbelly of America, really. There are other themes of existentialism throughout, but really and truly, it's the seedy underbelly of America. So, let's talk about good. Well, there are some good aspects to the film. I think that the greenish tint used to film this, what you see on the cover is pretty much what you get. I mean, it's sort of that greenish tint. You'll see it here. It almost feels like night vision. But you kind of just feel, I don't know, it has a better look. I think it does there's something to say about a coat of paint when it comes to a project working and looking better. And this one really does look well with that coat of green paint over it. The characters are interesting, and I particularly liked the little story about the woman who is looking for a fix. And I'm not going to give it away because I don't want to spoil it. I want you guys to go and see this. It ends in a way that I would expect it to end. I really did like the way it was written, especially at this point, because I've worked with recovery a long time. And when it starts where this person is saying, there's nothing wrong with me. It's just what I need. That's all it is. I've heard that so many times before. And that's a person that is what you would call pre-contemplative, for using the professional jargon. Somebody who really doesn't see it as an issue. But they definitely have one. And the way things end, you can tell that this drug is in control of her. She is not in control of it. Cat just jumped up on the table. Yes. So let's talk about some of the bad. Don't get on the computer, Cat. Well, let me go back a step, because I forgot to talk about the music. The music is, of course, sort of this metal soundtrack, and it fits very well with this. I consider it a positive. It's not my cup of tea 100%, but I do understand how it relates well with the film. So to me, I think that it really fit and jammed well. So let's talk the bad. I feel like the film sometimes gets lost in its sort of message, so to speak. That sort of religion, anti-society type message. And though I particularly liked the scene of him crushing the angel at the very end, I could see people getting lost in this film. You're looking at a film that does have a significant art level, so you kind of have to like indie horror and an artistic point of view if you're going to like this film. Dakota Ray does an excellent job portraying the character and doing the narration. I did get the feels for what he does, but again, I think that sometimes this film does get lost in its own message. But with that being said, I think that there's been a lot of good, and I think the good has outweighed the bad. There are some special features, like an interview at the end. And again, but not so easy to access menu-wise. So, with that being said, I would be willing to give American Antichrist a 7 out of 10. I really do think that this movie has a lot of good to it, and I really want to look up. There are a couple other films that he did, like American. It was something Scumbag, and there was another one that's sort of like an acid trip type film. You get to see the trailers on this one, and both of them look fun. I do look forward to catching both of those as well. So check in the description below for a link to where you can get a copy of this wonderful film. And we will see you on the next one. If I can get my cat to get off of the mouse. Well, cats and mice. And welcome to the shout out portion of this video. I'm your friend and neighbor Septum Sen, and we're here to let you know about another great person. This one is somebody that has started from the ground up. I mean it, ground up. He only has a handful of subscribers right now. He started up the page about 5 months ago, but then kind of dropped off the map for a while. But now has started updating. I like him very much. He's got a very good personality. He's one of my co-hosts on the Inside Movies Galore podcast, and that is the Crypt of Horrors. I like collectibles, and he really does a great job doing that. Matter of fact, he even did a segment for our show a few months back. Well, more than a few months, but half a year back, where he showed off some of his cool finds. He not only finds stuff, but he does sell stuff as well. So you can usually find some good stuff if you check in with him. He's got some really neat finds that he has put up from the Black Friday season. Some of you might judge that. I can't judge it because I still bring up a couple of things that I've got from Black Friday because I only put up about 5 items per pickup. He does show off. This is like different horror memorabilia, albums, some other stuff mixed in, but mostly horror-centric. So if you're a horror fan and you enjoy movie collecting, memorabilia, and you like to see some really cool, sometimes rare stuff, you should check out the Crypt of Horrors and let him know that Septum Sen sent you on the way. You can catch this channel on the ground up, and there are not many channels that are just starting out right now that you can just catch all the videos and be caught up. It's always a great feeling that you watched them all. So in any case, we'll see you on the next one.